Hey, so I'm back home. Class started at 9, but we actually didn't start lecture until 10 because they were having technical difficulties. We do have some students for this term only that are taking classes virtually, and so they live many hours away, and so they had the option, which I thought was pretty nice to accommodate them, at least for the summer. They had the option of taking the course online, and so the instructor was trying to set that up. I felt so bad for her. She is not tech savvy at all. And then we got our whole box, which I think you can see right there. Our whole box of all ATI books, which is nice because I hate ebooks. I cannot. I prefer a traditional book where I can highlight and write all of my things and tab and turn to. So that was really nice. We got that. And then we went over the syllabus, we went over assignments, and then we got started on the first chapter of, no, it was the second chapter. We were going over safety medication. It wasn't that much. We only did lecture up until 11. I'm at home. I need to make lunch for the kids and probably do some cleaning. I have 2 hours, so I'm gonna try to make good use of that time. And then I'm a little overwhelmed just because of everything that needs to be read and done and turned in. Coming into a home that, especially the kitchen, because the kitchen is the heart of everything that we do. And it's full of dishes right now, so I want to go in, put the lunch in, and then start at least washing dishes so that when I come back from class, I can just sit down and study. So let's go in. Yeah, I feel like I'm rushing, and I wasn't prepared because last night I went to sleep at a late time and I woke up late because my alarm clock didn't go off, but it's okay. It's okay. I just want to say it's crazy the amount of stuff you can get done when you don't think about it and you just do it. Y'all know I'm a very emotional person. I'm in my head a lot and I think a lot, and today I'm like, because my husband is working and I have the kids home and I need to come home. I had 2 hours. I need to make it useful. So I cleaned up. I made them lunch. Not the most perfect lunch, but it works. It made me feel better that I at least put a fruit in there. Chicken nuggets, sweet potato fries. That's a good carb, good vitamins, and cherries. A good fruit, you know? It made me feel good a little bit. And I got the kitchen cleaned. I was able to wash all the dishes because when I see them all stacked up and I'm like, oh, it's gonna take me forever. And it really wasn't that much. It's just last night I had cooked and I had baked, and so there were a bunch of pans. And as soon as I got those pans washed, it's like, oh, it's just utensils and a couple bowls, you know? So it's crazy how you think you can't do that much with 1 hour. And my gosh, I got a lot done in an hour. Anyways, my camera's about to turn off. We're headed back. Class starts at 1, and we're supposed to finish at 4, and actually have a chiropractor appointment at 4. So yeah, that is our first school day. I'm not finished yet, so I'll check in with y'all later. So class ended, ooh, it's hot, at 2:30. Class was supposed to run until 4. But I think she could tell that we were all very overwhelmed. We were going over dosage calculations. And to be honest, I hadn't even gone through that chapter. And conversions, like I haven't done that in a hot minute. And I need to take my time to understand how to do equations. So I was just completely lost. But I definitely need to watch videos on conversions. Like I know how to do the action, but it's whenever you have to convert like milligrams into grams and just memorizing those conversions. That's what's difficult. So we don't have to meet up again until next week. And so I don't work until Saturday. I will work Saturday and Sunday night. So thank God for my husband who's making me stay home, because if it were up to me, I would work as much as I could. But seeing my schedule and everything that I need to do, and yeah, seeing everything that I need to do, I'm glad I have that whole time off because I really want to make good grades. It's important for me. It was a good class day. I'm glad we were able to get out early, and I'm glad that we switched the schedule because it made no sense to have a 2-hour break and get out at 3:30. So now we have to at least have 5 hours class and lab included. So we're coming in from 9 to 12 and then finishing from 1 to 3. I'm either in the kitchen, at the store, in the gym, or studying. Since we got out early, I had been thinking so much about my patient. I used to work hospice and I miss it. Oh my gosh, you guys, I miss it so much. I was very close to him and I had been thinking about him for a long time, so I texted his caregiver and I was like, hey, it's okay if I stop by? And she was like, oh my gosh, yes, please. I said, but don't tell him. I want to surprise him. So I got there and I surprised him, and he almost made me cry because he started crying. He said he was so proud of me. Anyways, it was so good to see them. And then I'm so glad I had my phone with me because my alarm went off for my chiropractic appointment. So after there, I went all the way across the other side of town, went to my chiropractor appointment. Yes, that's very funny, Christian. Came home, realized I needed ingredients for dinner, so then went back to the store, and now I'm here. I really have so much to do, and I want to just get dinner out of the way and then study for the rest of the night. So that's what we're going to do. All right, let's make dinner. Hi. Hello. You're so cute, Mama.
Meal together. I want that kind of time with him regularly.
Hey guys, so it's Wednesday, it's the following day. It's already going to be 6. I haven't filmed because I've just been home with the kids, cleaning and cooking, and just cleaning up because tomorrow my husband leaves to Albuquerque, which is about a 7-hour drive. He will be gone until Tuesday. So he leaves tomorrow, Thursday, and he'll be gone up until Tuesday. So he just wanted to make sure, he did the majority of the cleaning. He just wanted to make sure that the house was clean, picked up. He did all the laundry, he put it up, so he's really amazing. So it's 6, I'm barely sitting down to get work done for nursing school. By the end of this week, what I have left to turn in is 2 modules and their quizzes and a self-reflection activity for my online Essence of Professional Nursing. And then for pharmacology, it's really not that much right now. It's just turning in an introduction. It's your picture and just talking about why you wanted to be a nurse and anything else that you wanted to include. But she did mention that we can get ahead in our pharmacology cards. I think that's what they're called, pharmacology cards. And we're doing dosage calculations along with pharmacology, so we can get started on the first module. But those 2 things are not due until the following week. So right now I'm just focusing on Essence of Professional Nursing, making sure that those are done. Even though it is Wednesday, I'll have Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Tomorrow my husband leaves, and then Saturday and Sunday I work night shifts, so I want to get as much done as possible because I can't let myself leave it off for the last minute. So yeah, that is Wednesday. And then I made the kids very simple dinner. I love making homemade tortillas, so I made that. And I made a guiso, which is like ground beef and potatoes, carne con papas, like that's something that I grew up with, and then add cheese on it. Oh man, I bought avocados. I should have added avocados. That's okay, I'm gonna get hungry later anyway, so I'll have another one of those burritos. But let me show you. So these are the tortillas I made. I do put flaxseed and wheat bran in them just to give it some vitamins or dietary purposes in it. And then this is my carne con papas. really, really good and tasty, super simple. And I need to turn this off.
Lo último que se pierde, aunque a veces me cuesta encontrarte.
And one of the few strong enough to overpower the sense.
Eres la sensación de fe que las cosas van a salir bien. Y la motivación que alienta mi alma y me da razón.
Esperanza, te espero.
What it wants to do is it wants to get angiotensin's pain in the body. 1 a.m. and I got the other module posted for my Essence online class. I have one. No. Oh, I turned in both of them. Okay, that's why. I just have a discussion board post and it's answering a question, so it's a pretty lengthy answer, so I'll be working on that either tomorrow or Friday. So I just have that journal entry for my Essence class. Y'all, I'm so confused with dosage calculations and our pharmacology class. I'm really not sure what we're supposed to do, but the teacher's giving us a lot of grace because the poor woman, she's not tech savvy, and she kind of confused us all with the course syllabus on Tuesday. So I'm not going to worry about it too much. I just need to read the 5 chapters, and I need to keep up with the chapter readings because next week we're going to have to read another 5 chapters, and so I don't want them to build up. Just reading for pharmacology, and I did get started on our med cards that we need to turn in, but they won't need to be turned in until on the 18th. Okay, good. The reason why it's taking me so long as well is because I am making sure I understand the medication, not just memorizing the classification, trade, generic name, the warnings and the symptoms. I don't want to just memorize facts. I want to understand what's happening in the body or how it affects the body. You know what I mean? Okay, first, second, third, fourth, fifth. That was just from learning angiotensin converter enzyme. Let me make sure I'm saying that right. Angiotensin converting enzyme inhibitors. So that's what I learned about ACE inhibitors. And I still have, and I need to make 3 med cards for ACE inhibitors. So 3 different cards that fall under ACE inhibitors. So like, I'm just gonna go by their generic names. Like, I just need to pick 3, but it's saptopril, enalapril, fascinapril, lisinopril, or ramipril. Those are just some, and out of those I just need to pick 3. I still need to do, let me see if I can get these right. Angiotensin receptor antagonists, 3 of those. Beta blockers, 3 of those. Calcium channel blockers, 3 of those. Statin anti-hyperlipidemia C agents, anticoagulants, and antiplatelet. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then I need to make 3 of each. Yeah, I'm still learning, and it's so much to learn. Plus they added something else that we need to do within a 6-week period that has to do with ATI to see if we are on schedule to pass the NCLEX. That is insane. Like, we're just getting started. So that's a whole different, it's basically another class, but it's for 6 weeks, and it's taught by an ATI educator. So it's not even our instructors who teach it, it's through ATI, a whole separate class, and it's an educator from ATI to measure to see if we're on progress to pass the NCLEX. I mean, in a way it's good because we all want to pass and make sure that we pass, especially now that some rules have changed with the NCLEX. Like, now you don't even get partial credit if you get some of them correct on all that apply. it's either you get all of them or you get no points at all. So yeah, it's 1 a.m. I need to get to bed. My husband leaves tomorrow. If you didn't know, my husband is an actor, and with the acting strike, since this strike had happened, he just has not booked anything, and that's so unlike him. Like, he was on a roll every single year. He was making more and more money because of the roles and the parts that he had. He was just on a roll, and then with the strike happening, like, it was completely dead. He's never gone this long without acting, and he finally booked a role, and so he's leaving tomorrow. He's very excited, and I'm happy for him. I'm glad he's getting to do something that he loves. His mom lives here, and his mom is such a huge blessing. My in-laws were, if you didn't know, my father-in-law passed away almost 4 months ago, which has been really, really hard on us. And it's weird because grief, it'll just hit us all of a sudden out of nowhere, and we're all crying at different times, but we keep moving forward, you know. And so with his father passing and then no acting, it's just been really, really tough for my husband. So I'm finally happy to see that he's getting to do something that he loves. Wash my face, brush my teeth, and go Mimi. Bye. Woo. 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 Hurry! Hey, it's raining. Come on. What do you mean so? It hasn't rained in forever. Look at it pouring. Yay! Yeah! Thank you. It's Thursday, June 6th. We had a really slow morning. My husband left this morning to Albuquerque. He's going there because he booked a part in a series, so he'll be gone until Tuesday. So this morning I woke up, I had a really slow morning. The kids are used to making their own breakfast. I buy them ready-made breakfast sandwiches. They have cereal or waffles, so they know how to make their own breakfast. So I'm not too much in a rush to get up, especially since last night I stayed up until 1:30 studying. I didn't get up from bed until 9, and cleaned up, washed dishes, did some laundry, had the kids picking up, then made them lunch, and now I just dropped them off, as you saw, at my in-laws. So I have my pre-workout and we're headed to the gym. It's Thursday, and then I have Friday. My kids are supposed to have a sleepover with their cousins. They're at the house, so we'll see how much studying I can get in. But the plan is, I'm already caught up with everything. It's just staying on top of it. I want to make my 3 med cards for the ACE inhibitors today, and I want to watch the orientation video for the whole separate training that we have with ATI. So I want to get those 2 things done today and read chapters from my pharmacology. I need to figure out the dosage calculations. Like I don't understand what needs to be turned in and what we need to do and when it needs to be turned in. So I'm a little confused about that. I guess I can figure out which strategy works best with me in order to convert. For sure, med cards, orientation, and reading. That's on today's agenda. But right now, let's go to the gym. It's 7:30. It's taken me so long just to make 3 med cards, but y'all, I'm so overwhelmed. I had to use a lot of different resources, and the part that's the most overwhelming is writing down what side effects to notify doctor with. So I don't know, like I would notify him for everything. So but I went on, it's called Hippocrates. Yes, Hippocrates.com. It has the free version, that's what I'm using, and it's a full database of all the medications, and I'm sure it's for doctors as well because it has information that's way above my head. But the part that I use it for is for the black box warnings, and it also has adult and peds dosing, but I go down to patient education, and where it says call your doctor at once if you have, and then it lists the side effects, and so I pick and choose from those side effects. And yeah, that's what I ended up doing, and it worked out. So got my med cards done, and I guess this is considered the prototype, and then the 3 ACE inhibitors, the 3 med cards I did that are ACE inhibitor. And so I took a picture of them and I sent them to my professor because she's very open. She says to text her if we have any questions. And so I texted her a picture because I don't want to move forward if this isn't what she wanted. And I asked her, hey, does this look okay? And she said they were perfect. So yeah, I feel good about that. The next one is angiotensin receptor antagonists, beta blockers, calcium channel blockers, statin, anti-hyperlipidemia agents, anticoagulants, and antiplatelet. So that's 6 more, but those 6 have 3 cards, so that's 18 cards that I still need to do. But what's taken me long is I'm also going on YouTube and watching Sarah, registered nurse Sarah, I think it's what it's called. And I watch her YouTube video on ACE inhibitors just to give me an understanding on how those types of medications work. Of course, each medication is going to have different side effects and it's going to have different dosages, but overall they fall under the umbrella of these common side effects, and this is what they're supposed to do. So that's what I watch, and I make sure that I understand. That's why I'm starting now, so that I can take my time understanding each medication and how it works in the body. I think that's fascinating. I look so dramatic when I did that. I think that part is so fascinating, is to learn about how medications work and what parts of the body stop, how the body functions, like the organs function, in order to make the drug useful. You know what I mean? So I don't know, I think it's fascinating. Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention what other resources I used in case you need to make pharm cards. Besides Hippocrates, which sounds like the Greek philosopher Hippocrates. No, it's E-P-O-C-R-A-T-E-S. I will list it down in the description box. I think it's very, very helpful. I have this nursing drug reference. This I had to buy for my LVN nursing program, so I'm glad I didn't get rid of it. I went ahead and used this, and it was very, very helpful. This is the Mosby's 2022. I've heard Lip something. His drug book, or that drug book, is supposed to be really good, but I went ahead and used what I had. And then, okay, I'm going to do a nursing school supply haul, and I'm going to include in there the Nurse in the Making box that I ended up purchasing. But in it, it had these pharmacology flashcards, and these are saving my booty, okay? These are the cards that have, I use this kind of like a guide, because here it has the angiotensin converted, the ACE inhibitors, and then on the back it just gives you an overview. And so this is kind of what I used for my prototype. I didn't have to use all that information, but I only used what the professor wanted us to use. So these are coming in clutch. Do we still say that? I don't know. Yeah, these are a vibe. Okay, I'll stop there. Yeah. Really good resources. I just used those three, the Hippocrates on the internet, this drug reference book, and the simple, it's not Simple Nursing, it's the Nurse in the Making flashcards. Truly a lifesaver. So little update, I changed into more comfortable clothes. My little Cookie came home, so now it's just the girls and I. Right, Mama? Hi. So it's just, I call her Cookie, but her name is Olivia.
And I like to be a Cookie Monster. Mom,
yes.
can we make cookies on this?
No, not right now, baby.
Oh, okay.
Oh, on the sleepover? For the sleepover?
My no boss a sleepover.
We'll see.
Okay.
We probably can, okay? So I wasn't able to get started with the orientation video. Apparently, our instructor just sent us
a message.
The same attachments that were given to us in class, but we need a link to take us to a survey in order to get started with the launch process. So she's looking into that, and I went ahead and got started with okay, I am going to get started with trying to understand how to at least calculate, to at least understand dosage cal, because it's integrated with our pharm class. What is it?
Umbrella.
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 There you go.
They say that a umbrella can slow your speed down. I want an umbrella for my birthday. Please, Mom, please.
You want everything for your birthday.
I can't think.
Going over a comprehensive dosage calculations review. Milligrams by mouth every 4 hours as needed for pain. You're dispensed with a bottle that reads 25 milligrams per tube.
It's 11:21 and I think I've hit a wall. I'm doing dosage calcs. Okay, I want you to see. I want you to see this. I've learned a lot though, I have. But I definitely need a lot more practice. Okay, there's 1, 2, 3. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And this one, I don't even know what I did wrong, but it's completely wrong. I need to redo it, but I'm just so tired. I know it doesn't look like a lot, but that used up so much brain power on top of doing, in the middle of doing mom duties. My girls are asleep. It's just a lot. We're good though. We're actually good. We're staying on top of things. I'm going to figure out what I did wrong with this lesson, with this problem. Going to bother me if I don't figure that out. And then I think I'll do my, we got our books of ATI. Oh, I wanted to mention this. My director is pretty amazing. She did not want us spending any more money on extra books, so all we're using is ATI books. That's it. We didn't have to buy anything extra. That came, those books came with our tuition. It was part of our tuition fees, so we didn't have to spend any extra money, which I think is so amazing. So yeah, we got all of our ATI books for the I'm assuming for the rest of the 2 years that we're in school. So maternal, newborn, fundamentals, pediatric, RN community health nursing. This is the one that I'm taking this semester, so this is the one I need to take out. Nutrition for nursing, nursing leadership and management, mental health. Oh shoot, this one's the med surg one. I thought pharmacology was the biggest book. Yep, those are all the books. Okay, I figured out what I did wrong. First of all, I remember in class, I'm pretty sure our teacher had told us to never round until the very end. And what did I do? I ended up rounding. But this is so wrong. This answer is it's way off. But I'm glad I remembered that she had said never round until you get your answer. That's when you want to round, especially when you're dealing with conversion of weight. You never want to round until you are completely done with the whole calculation, because this is what I did. I ended up rounding right here instead of using the, let me write down the actual answer, 35.4545, and it just keeps going. But here, see, I ended up rounding. So I would have probably put like 35. But no, you do not round. So over here it should have been 35.45 instead of the 4 kilograms. Dosage calculations, don't be like me, don't round here. You only round until the very end, which kind of makes me think, because usually what I do is I'll do this first and I'll get the answer and then I'll do the second step. But I think I'm gonna start, especially when it comes to weight conversion, I will just multiply until the very end and then I will round here. Y'all, I'm pretty proud of myself. Okay, here it was just one of the calculations I missed, but the rest that I missed were more on questions about medications, which I wasn't expecting that. I was really just expecting dosage calculations. So I'm really proud of that. This is me going back and retaking them, and I missed one question. But I'm gonna go back and I'm going to make sure I make 100. And that was me learning just from Sarah's RN YouTube channel on how to do the dimensional analysis. So in dosage calculations, there's 3 methods that they show you on how to calculate. I think I was just really curious about how I would do on dosage calculations. So when I got on there and I was just acing it, it got my adrenaline going, and now I'm up. It's 1:30, I think. It's 1:08 and I'm like wide awake. I'm so proud of myself. I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna finish with 100. Yeah, I'm pretty proud of myself, you guys. Oh my gosh. So far I still need to do the self-reflection activity for my Essence class. That's what's due this week. Okay, I will talk to y'all tomorrow. Bye.
Yeah, I'll say it in 100 ways. Please believe me when I say I'm sorry.
Y'all, it is Friday, June 7th, and it is currently 7:46. The cousins are here, okay? I think I did show a couple of clips. They have been here since 12 this afternoon. They just have so much fun with their cousins. and it's 3 of them plus my 4 kids, although my oldest girl went to her Papo and Gam Gam's house because, so I've noticed she's in this stage. She's 10, about to be 11. Oh my gosh, she's gonna be 11 this month. She's in the stage where she just wants to be alone. She doesn't want anybody to bother her. She just wants to listen to music. She likes to draw, and she likes to make up her own stories. She likes to do comic books. But I tell her it's great that you know yourself, to know that you want that time alone, but it's also good to balance it out with spending time with us. So I'm constantly reminding her to also spend time with her siblings, and then to come out here and spend time with us. We go on walks. So she's easily overstimulated and overwhelmed with too much noise, and with our cousins here, it's way too much for her. So she's over there, and I've just been sitting here, although I did take them to the park because I had to take these kids to the park. Took them to the park, and I didn't film it, but we went to go get snow cones. Well, they got snow cones, and I wish I did film that just because I want to have it for memories and I want them to remember. And now we're back home, and I've just been sitting here. I am working on pharmacy cards. I'm caught up for this whole week. I already turned in my self-reflection. I even did my dosage calculation assessment, which I already showed y'all that, so I'm pretty caught up on that. So I am just doing pharm medication cards because, like I said, I'm taking my time and I'm learning. So yeah, I'm taking my time, and they're just running around playing. Cookie, what happened?
I suck at throwing.
I have a towel on, okay? It's Saturday, June 8th. I'm getting ready to go to work. It's going to be a long shift. Well, I hope it's not, because it's gotten better now that I can study. I did not have a nap. I was laying in bed. I could not go to sleep, and it might have been because I worked out. But typically after a workout, I'm really tired, and my body was tired. And so I feel like my body did get rest, but I just did not sleep. So the cousins left around 10:30 p.m., which is really late for us. And then we really didn't lay down until 11 because I made all the kids take a shower. They were so sweaty and grimy and gross from all the playing that they did, and I didn't want them going to sleep that way. So it was around 11 when we went to sleep, or when I laid them down, but I didn't go to sleep until midnight. I woke up like around 9:30. The kids ate breakfast, we got ourselves ready, I dropped them off, and I went to the gym. And then I came home, and I just relaxed. This month, I'm only working Saturdays and Sundays, so let's get ready and then I'll check in with you. Guys, so this is where I am ending the vlog. It is currently 6:15. I don't have to clock into work until 6:30. I deliberately got here a little bit early just so that I could close off the vlog. I was having a day today because when I was working out, I had such a great workout. And at times I feel so bad when I feel so good because I also feel so sad. It's such a weird combination, and it's something I've never experienced. It's because I've never experienced loss in my life. If you're new here, I recently lost my father-in-law it's almost 4 months actually. Yeah, in 2 days it'll be 4 months since we lost my father-in-law, which is my husband's dad, and it was devastating to me because he's been in my life for 14 years and I didn't have a father growing up, and he was my dad for the past 14 years. And it's funny because he would claim me a lot as his daughter over his own son. Of course he was joking, but he loved me and I loved him like a dad. And so it was a huge blow. And I talked about this on my recent post on my workout reel, where I feel bad feeling so good, and though I went through the hardest season and I'm going through a hard season in my life, I've also had the best. And I'm just talking about growth, and it had me thinking a lot of my growth came from that really hard moment. Oh, I don't want to cry. I don't want to cry. I don't want to cry. So if you're new here, I used to quit anytime anything got hard. And a lot of that came from me being cuddled from my grandmother. I was raised by my grandma for the first few years of my life, and because of the childhood trauma that I went through, she didn't want anything else bad to happen to me. So anytime anything would get hard, she wouldn't let me go through it. And one example, and this is just a small example, but I was in first grade and I had a bully, and I got to a point where I was just crying, and I told her I don't want to go back, and she didn't let me go back. But I ended up missing so many days that the next year when I went to go live with my mom, I was supposed to do summer school. She didn't put me in summer school, so I got held in the first grade. So I was 19 when I graduated, just a random fact. But that's just to give you an idea of how my grandmother was just trying to protect me, and that went with me for the rest of my life, is where anytime anything got hard, I would pivot, or I would skip it, or I would quit, you know. And that just shows also I'm 36 years old, and it's just starting to click for me. I mean, I was quitting up until this past semester, where I did not quit through the hardest time of my life. I'm trying not to cry. I'm trying not to cry. My father-in-law, we call him Papo. He believed in me so much. He knew how much potential I had in myself. And he told me not to quit when it came to nursing, because he knew I was trying to get into the program I'm in now. And he told me, he was like, when he would see me and I'd be so tired and so exhausted from working and studying and the kids, he told me to not quit. And that meant a lot to me, because even he didn't want me to work so hard, and he didn't want me to struggle. And so sometimes he'd be like, well, Mija, why don't you do something else or find something else? You know, he would try to encourage me to do something else when it was hard for me. But it's so funny how before he passed, he told me not to quit. And so I'm in my nursing program. I'll be coming out with my BSNRN. And I'm so happy where I'm at, because I know I've gotten mentally stronger, and that is huge for me. I can't really put into words and explain to you in a few minutes how big that is for me, for somebody who's been so emotional and has been led by her emotions, and I've let my emotions make choices for me, and I've quit anytime anything got hard. For me to go through that and come out so much stronger, and come out with a 4.0 in the hardest classes that I didn't think I could get through. I mean, all I can say is that's God. That's all God. Me going through the saddest season in my life and yet feeling so elated, it's God, because it's He who gives us hope. It's He who gives us strength. And like the Bible app that I listen to, she always ends her podcast with, He is where the joy is.